YNW Melly. I wanted to talk about this last week, but I'm glad I didn't because there's been an update to it. But he filed a complaint, a lawsuit against the jail for bad treatment. Now, on the surface, you would just think, oh, that's what a lot of prisoners do. That's what a lot of inmates do, filing lawsuits. But his lawsuit is actually getting some traction because a federal judge wants some answers. So in this Newsweek article, it says YNW Melly files lawsuit claiming cruel treatment in jail ahead of retrial. And trust and believe, I'm sure you've been through this yourself, Munchie. There are times sitting in the Los Angeles County jail where you're like, these deputies are treating us like shit. This food is terrible. These conditions are, it's no way to put somebody that's pre-planning for trial to be in that condition, to be in that state.
Right.
So when I first saw this, I was like, that's everybody. Everybody's got a
but he been stripped of like privileges that the other inmates is privy to. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it was like phone calls and like it was just like.
Yeah, his goes a little bit deeper. Also on being isolated.
Right.
So let me read a couple of lines here. It says YNW Melly is accusing the Broward Sheriff Office of cruel treatment behind bars in a new lawsuit and asking a Florida judge for his immediate release from prison. The 25-year-old rapper named Jamel Demons has been incarcerated since February 2019 after he was accused of murdering two childhood friends. Mel's attorney, Michael Pizzi Jr., claims in a lawsuit that the rapper is illegally detained under condition that violates the First, the Fifth, the Sixth, the Eighth, and 14th Amendments of the U.S. Constitution. The complaint claims Melly has not been able to see or speak to his family in several years and has been experiencing debilitating isolation. His cruel treatment by the Broward detention authorities warrants his immediate release from pretrial detention since the detaining authorities have shown such a callous disregard for his human dignity right to counsel that his lawyer writes in a statement. And a federal judge is actually asking the jail, I want answers of what's going on with this defendant. And there's a chance, I don't know how likely, there is a chance they might let him out.
What you wouldn't call it? What would you call it? Like a Title 15 or something?
I don't know. This is Florida, so they.
No, I'm saying like they got like it's bugs like what inmates are allowed to and allowed not to do, and what they you know what I'm saying, privileges and like and anything outside of that, like, you know what I'm saying, like they getting violated.
Well, I think this is the story for many inmates that are awaiting trial, but I think his are extreme. Plus, he's a high profile rapper with a high paid attorney, so he could definitely shine more light on the problems that he's dealing with in jail than you or I would be able to shine on it.
Hey, I'm still waiting on a class action suit to come around so I could join in, right? Because like when I used to go back and forth to jail and be in the county jail, I used to go to the hole a lot, and then when you go to the hole in Supermax and Wayside, it seems to the regular hole or the dungeon. So you go to the dungeon, they feed you this shit called juke balls, and I think that's cruel and unusual punishment to even punish somebody with food. Because that shit is I didn't eat that. I just waited till Friday to eat the regular food they give us. I wouldn't eat the juke balls. That shit is horrible, bro. And people be in there yelling, talking about they go kill themselves so they can get out and they send them back downtown. Or, you know what I mean? Like, hey, that, bro. So, man, I don't know. They can't be, you know what I'm saying, violating the Constitution with that type of shit, man.
I think the conditions in the LA County jail are designed to force most people into taking plea deals.
Oh, yeah, it is.
To get up out of there as soon as possible.
It is, because if you fighting your case from the streets, you'll take your time a little bit more versus you want to hear, but get out to your girl. This canteen is extremely high. I don't know how much a noodle costs now, but a noodle costs a whole lot for one noodle in there. You feel me? So to take care of a person in jail, it costs a lot. You know what I mean? And at the time, the cause wasn't free. These acceptees collect cause. And then your attorney fees if you got one. Gas it take to get way to Wayside if you don't live near it. Or if you live in the valley, way to get downtown. So like, it's supposed to break you. You know what I'm saying? And they make these court days so spaced out. You go to court in January, your next court day be April.
Yeah.
So yeah, they trying to have you take a deal, like let's get the show on the road, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me read this response article to YNW Melly's lawsuit. It says here, U.S. District Judge Melissa Damian, ordered the BSO to file a detailed response by December 6th, explaining why Melly shouldn't be immediately released from jail, including all documents and transcripts necessary for the resolution of this petition. Such records would likely shed more light on the conditions of Melly's detention. So this judge is actually pressing the issue for YNW Melly and making the Broward County Sheriff explain what's going on and why should I not give him release to fight his case from the streets.
So when you first brought this up, I thought this was all civil. So
they took it to a federal judge.
okay, do your thing, Melly, get up out of there. I wish him luck. I'm gonna throw a prayer his way for sure.
Yeah, they might release him, but he still got to go on this second trial though. He's still gonna have to go on this second trial. It says here he's facing the death penalty if convicted. Melly could be sentenced to death by an 8-4 jury vote, the lowest threshold in the country for the death sentence. So yeah, bro's looking at some serious consequences for this double murder.
Hey man, free Melly. They free Thug, free Melly.
Yeah.
Then after that, free Dirt.
Oh man, yeah, Lil Durk. All these rappers, man, they got these uphill battles, man. It's crazy, man. It's like there's not a week or month where someone in hip hop is either getting murdered, killed, or being arrested for a felony. Hip hop is out of control.
Hey, but I heard Big Mill say something a while ago, a long time ago. He was like, "Man, we y'all want to be millionaires or mob bosses? We gotta da 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 and start da 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 da." And I'm like, I was kind of agreeing to what he was saying. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but once you get those millions, you start to thinking you have the power now to get away with things that you probably wanted to do back in the day, and you're still in you to do it.
Yeah, man, you gotta kind of like fight them demons and stuff. Cause I about to lie. I say I learned from watching others' mistakes, but no, I'll be having to find out for myself sometime. But as far as how they go with this, I wouldn't fall for none of the shit that's going on with these rappers and they getting indicted and shit. It wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I wonder who's next because every couple months it's a new rapper getting indicted.
They throwing my boy name out there, Yo Gotti, man. So hopefully that just people just want to make content and just throw it out there about CMG and shit.
Are you talking about Yo Gotti being linked to Dolph or something else?
Right, Dolph.
Oh yeah, they're throwing Jay-Z's name out there too, linked to Diddy.
Yeah, Jay-Z ain't going to jail. He ain't going nowhere.